I'm Chipi Buenafe, the chair of the Department of Information Science and Technology, and today I'll talk about a work from anywhere future. The pandemic gave us a chance to notice the reality of remote work with greater focus, but we need to assess this quite realistically. For example, we've noticed that some folks have actually lost their work during the pandemic. While on the other hand, we've seen folks that did really change their work lives because the current situation was already advantageous to them. Now, a lot of us would probably fall somewhere in between these two extremes. Linda Gratton of the London Business School actually reminded us to take a look at certain realities, certain considerations when we think about working from anywhere. And there are three things that I'd like to talk about. First, we need to take a look at the elements of productivity. And there are four of them: focus, energy, collaboration, and cooperation. Some work would require more energy than others. Some work would require more focus than others. Some work would require more collaboration across organizational units than others. Some work require more cooperation from colleagues than others. And all in all, we have to consider these four factors along the way. Second, we need to take a look at human networks. Work nowadays is no longer static, it is dynamic. And its dynamism is dependent on how knowledge, innovation, and insight flows from one person to another within an organization. It is by understanding the structure of our own connections and relationships can we avoid disrupting everybody else. This means when someone decides to change his or her own way of working, there will be consequences across the connections and relationships of this someone. And the outcome may not be as positive as we would like to have them to be. Lastly, we need to take a look at the motivations of each one. In short, what do people want from work and from their own companies? What do people want now? And what do people want in the future? And because people have different motivations, different life goals, there is no sweeping treatment or intervention that can be applied to anyone uniformly. As it is, not everyone would be motivated by the same things. Not everyone would have the same work. And even then, we can only draw much value from everyone if we can truly align each one's motivations with the organization's goals. Flexibility becomes an important virtue when it comes to assessing a work from anywhere future. Now, to be successful, when we combine and marry all of these considerations, there should be, above all, what I would call organizational empathy. If you think about it, the concept of the office is, just in the past 20th century, maybe a little bit earlier perhaps. But the concept of work, it's as old as humanity. And we need to go back to the basics if we are going to consider how to redesign work in a situation where people can work from anywhere. A work from anywhere future requires us to be more compassionate with other people's plight, to appreciate and even celebrate the contributions of other people's initiatives, projects, and at the same time to create an environment of psychological safety where everyone can actually grow and learn. And with this, technology can become an enabler more than a disruptor.